Royal insiders react. Harry honors Meghan like Diana, but what about Kate? According to royal insiders, Harry's latest act to honor Meghan Markle in the same light as his late mother, Princess Diana, has stirred both emotion and unease within the palace walls. It wasn't just the act itself, it was what it meant. A reflection of Harry's deepest loyalties, and a question of where that leaves Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. Because in a family built on symbolism, gestures speak louder than any speech ever could. So what exactly did Harry do? It started when he publicly described Meghan not only as his wife and partner, but as his guiding light. Those two words, guiding light, sent chills through those who remembered Diana's legacy. For Harry, those same words had once been used to describe his mother, the woman he lost too soon, the one who taught him compassion, courage, and conviction. Royal observers immediately drew the connection. Harry wasn't just complimenting Meghan. He was drawing a line between the two most important women in his life, his mother and his wife. And to insiders, that connection felt deliberate. He sees Meghan through the same lens as his mother, one royal aide reportedly said. She embodies the same spirit, empathy, independence, and the courage to stand against the institution. To Harry, that's not controversial, it's the truth. But to the royal family, it's complicated. Because within the monarchy, Diana's memory is sacred, a symbol of both tragedy and transformation. Kate, for years, has carried the torch of that memory. She has worn Diana's jewelry, echoed her charitable causes, and even honored her in her parenting style. So when Harry's words placed Meghan alongside Diana, it wasn't just emotionally charged, it blurred a carefully balanced line that the palace has long tried to maintain. Kate, sources say, was surprised, but not angry. She knows the power of Diana's memory better than anyone. Still, she also knows that invoking that comparison, especially by Harry, carries a deeper meaning. It's about more than legacy. It's about who truly represents Diana's heart in today's royal world. And that's where the tension begins. Because in the public eye, Diana's memory has always been divided into two paths. One, the dutiful path of Kate, who honors Diana by living her values within the system. And the other, the rebellious path of Meghan, who honors Diana by challenging that very system. To Harry, both women might represent his mother in their own ways. But to royal traditionalists, the idea that Meghan could share that space feels like rewriting royal history. Let's not forget, Harry has always seen his mother as a symbol of truth over tradition. He's spoken often about how Diana's spirit lives on through Meghan, her empathy, her defiance, her sense of justice. And Meghan herself once said she feels a deep connection to the late princess. She's even spoken about Diana's influence on her life and the guidance she feels through her story. But this isn't just about emotion. It's about identity, and the struggle for belonging. Because when Harry aligns Meghan with Diana, he's not only honoring his mother's memory, he's reclaiming it. He's saying, Diana belongs to me too. Her compassion, her courage, her fight for truth, they didn't end with the royal family. They live on through the life he chose outside the monarchy. To the palace, though, it reads differently. It challenges their narrative, that Diana's legacy continues safely within the royal fold, through William and Kate. Now, Harry's tribute to Meghan places that same legacy beyond royal walls, across the Atlantic, under a very different light. Royal insiders say the move has caused quiet discomfort. One aide reportedly put it this way, it's not that they don't understand Harry's love for his mother. It's that they wish he'd stop weaponizing her memory. But is he really weaponizing it, or finally reclaiming it? Because here's the emotional heart of the matter. Harry lost Diana at just 12 years old. The world watched his grief unfold publicly, his pain immortalized in photographs and documentaries. For decades, he struggled to find peace in a family where emotion is rarely expressed openly. And then came Meghan, confident, loving, empathetic. For Harry, she became the emotional anchor he had lost since his mother's death. So when he honors Meghan in the same way he once honored Diana, it's not rivalry. It's healing. Still, it leaves Kate in a delicate position. Royal observers say she has always treated Diana's legacy with grace, never overstepping, never claiming it for herself, but allowing her actions to speak. And that's what makes this moment so poignant. Because while Harry's tribute to Meghan made headlines, Kate's quiet dignity made waves of its own. Insiders say Kate understands that Diana's legacy belongs to everyone who loved her, not just one side of the family. But that doesn't make it easy. For someone who's spent years walking the fine line between duty and emotion, Harry's symbolic gesture feels like a reminder that the royal narrative can change with one heartfelt statement. And yet, there's something undeniably human about it all. Because when you strip away the titles, the palaces, and the press, this is still a story about love and loss. A son trying to honor his mother. A husband trying to protect his wife. A sister-in-law trying to hold a family together. And somewhere between all that pain and passion lies the true legacy of Princess Diana, not as a royal figure, but as a mother whose love transcended time, tradition, and title. So, what about Kate? She remains the quiet keeper of Diana's royal legacy, elegant, composed, unshaken. While Meghan carries Diana's emotional legacy, bold, outspoken, and deeply human. Two women, two paths, both reflecting the light of a woman who changed the royal world forever. And Harry. He stands between those worlds, torn, loyal, and forever trying to honor the two women who shaped him most. In the end, maybe it's not a question of who honors Diana best. Maybe it's about how each of them carries her spirit in their own way. For Harry, that means honoring Meghan, not to overshadow Kate, but to remind the world that love, truth, and compassion were Diana's greatest gifts. And those, not titles, not crowns, not royal traditions, are the things that endure. Closing reflection. Inside the palace, the whispers will continue. The comparisons, the criticisms, the interpretations, they never truly end. But outside those walls, where Harry and Meghan now live, Diana's legacy breathes differently. It's not confined by protocol or precedent, it lives in love. And maybe that's what Diana would have wanted all along. Not to divide her sons. Not to create competition between the women they love. But to remind them both, that love, in all its forms, is the truest way to honor her.